Thinking about leaving your soul-sucking 9 to 5 job, one of the biggest struggles I see people, especially as women, face is the idea of having that safety net, that enticing perks and benefits, and listening to that head trash of what will people think if I leave. I totally get it, and I've been where you are. That's why I created a free guide to help you if you're thinking about putting in that notice. It's called Unlocking Your Exit Plan. Discover 5 things you need to do before leaving your 9 to 5. This guide is filled with worksheets and steps so you will have hand holding along the way. You can download your copy in the link in the show notes, and again, it's totally free. Now back to today's episode. You're listening to the Hello C.S. Dorsey podcast, episode number 7. Lovely Abbot, and yes, that is her name. Lovely, isn't it? I had a wonderful time having her on, and I cannot say how much I laughed in this episode. Lovely is a mom based in Florida and the owner of Lovely Abbot Virtual Solutions. Creative branding and social media is her core services she offers to entrepreneurs. She runs her business from home while being a full-time wife and mom. Her business helps women entrepreneurs dig deeper into their own unique story and uses it to create effective branding that sets them apart. As the youngest of 3 girls, she was brought up by her parents to be ready and be taught that girls are meant to follow their dreams. Lovely Business is a one-woman show for now. She is certified by HubSpot in inbound marketing, graphic design, and social media specialist. Most importantly, she's a woman who wakes up each day with gratitude and dares to work on her goals strategically. This mom run her day with faith, determination, and coffee. Without further ado, let's dive in. Here is Lovely. Tired of staring at blank pages and don't know what to do? Or you completed your manuscript and now what? My name is C.S. Dorsey of HelloCSDorsey.com, and I coach writers and authors with the writing and self-publishing process. I wrote my book in 3 months. Yes, 3 months. It took dedication, discipline, and time management. After 3 months of writing and 3 months of editing, I submitted my book to tons of literary agents who said no or just didn't say anything at all. So I went to my best friend Google. My goal is to help, teach, and motivate writers to take that leap to become a self-published author. It will be a dream come true. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what you do.
My name is Lovely, and I own Lovely Abbot Virtual Solutions. I'm a mom, a wife, and a self-taught graphic designer, and recently became a self-published book contributor for the best-selling series One Habit book. So I'm part of the second series of that book, which features 100 women action takers. It's basically 100 women entrepreneurs sharing our habits, positive habits, and one thing that we want to get rid of. To help us navigate through this entrepreneurial author journey. So I migrated from the Philippines. I'm based now in Florida, and I started way back 2016 as a freelancer, and believe me or not, it wasn't a smooth journey because as a immigrant, and English wasn't my first, language, and I didn't finish a college degree. There was a lot in between, the self-doubt and the journey and everything. But I'm glad that I pushed through, and I'm glad that I did overcome all those trials, and now I'm here, and I'm so excited, and I thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Yes, of course. I'm so happy that you're on. So, a random question, and I like doing this. What was your favorite toy growing up?
Oh, mine was a fishing pole because my father was a fisherman, and he would take me go fishing all the time. So I basically grew up going fishing poles, going in a boat, but not the fancy boat, the native boat in the Philippines where you need to paddle and everything, and stuff like that. I'm more of an outdoor kid, but yeah, fishing pole is my favorite toy. Not really Barbie dolls, but
Wow, that's interesting.
yeah.
Everybody has like, I'm waiting for someone to say, "Oh, my Barbie doll" or something like that. But everyone has like their own like unique toy, and I'm like, I'm just waiting
hmm
for somebody to say baby doll, or I had a Barbie doll, or my doll that cries or peed on itself.
Yeah. Or a doll that walks.
Oh yes, yes. Oh my goodness, I haven't had that yet. By the way, that just says my age right there. I haven't. Yeah, my dolls and everything. They had no movement, no mechanical anything. Like, so you are an inbound marketing certified by HubSpot, correct? I seen
hmm
that on your
Yeah.
website. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about that?
Um, Inbound marketing is very, very important when it comes to it's part of social media marketing, it's part of digital marketing. It's the way you are attracting your um, potential clients, your market, your audience through um, providing value, like what we're doing in social media nowadays, like giving tips, giving away free content.
Mhm.
That is how you attract your potential market. That is how you put your brand out there. And inbound marketing is a process in which you're going to take a new follower, and then you're going to attract that new follower to interact with you, engage with you, and hopefully take him to that buying journey, of becoming your
Mhm.
customer or becoming your client. So it is a combination of digital marketing and social media marketing, email marketing, all in one. It's basically the methodology, the method the approach that you're going to use to reach out to people who don't know your name or who don't know your brand.
Okay. Okay. So you're also a certified product launch, graphic design, social media manager,
Yeah.
internet marketer. My goodness, I thought I had a lot of things going on too. So, how did you find yourself doing a lot of these things? Were they more, did you have a lot of clients that was requesting it?
Oh, yeah. I didn't really start with a lot of clients. That's why I ended up having all the certifications, because I wanted to be able to not just focus on one field when it comes to the services that I offer. I
Right.
want to, because I always think that in this industry, in this day and age, the digital internet age or something, if you can't adapt, you're going to get left behind.
Yes, that's the
So
truth.
that is basically what I'm doing. Like, especially in social media and digital marketing, it's always changing. And you have to adapt. You have to take classes. You have to learn. Even if it's free courses, you still have to learn every
Yeah.
now and then. And that is why people are like, how are you going to, I mean, what is the use of all of these that you're doing? I was like, I want to know what's going on, because this is my industry that I'm working with clients. I want to be like updated. I want to be someone who knows the trend and who knows how to manipulate the trend or to navigate the trend. And I don't want my clients to get left behind. I don't want my brand to get left behind. So
Right.
yeah, that is why I really invested for a year to get through all the courses and certifications that I have now.
Oh, wow. That's really good. Just to spend time, just to get the education,
Mm,
learn it. And then when you have someone who's interested in that particular skill, you can start building your skills.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was smart. That was really good. I'm gonna have to take a pointer or two from that.
And everything that I learn, I apply it to my own. Like, say I learned something in social media, I apply it to my own social media page.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, because that's how you learn. That's really good. So the book that you talked about earlier that you were a part of, what was that process like? Like you put in it the everything together. Was there a certain amount of pages that you had to write, or was it a chapter, or was it just a short story, or could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. Each of us has a chapter in the book. which talks about basically our habit. Mine was a morning kind of like meditation habit that I do every morning, and it takes only 5 minutes. And it has and always has been very helpful for me before I start my day. So that is what we have in the book. It's basically all these women founders, they're women CEOs, small business owners, and we took all our habits and something that we like to get rid of, we call it the unhabit, put it in a book. And the process was kind of like pretty fast because it only took us 3 weeks and then we launched the book.
Wow.
Yeah, it was this one woman, her name is the amazing Linda West. She posted something in one of the groups and she was like, she is looking for women who wants to be a part of a book. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for, to end my 2019 perfectly. Like, this is one of my goals. So I reached
Yeah.
out to her. After a week, we had a webinar, like all of us in the webinar, and those who want to join and sign up, we had a form. We filled out the form, and then after 2 days, they approved the content that we had there, or they kind of like proofread it, the editing and everything. They did that, and then Steve, who was with Envision Media, he was the one who did all of this amazing stuff really fast, and he was like, it was the title of our book is Women Action Takers, so I want to prove something that we can do it. So yeah, we launched it a day after Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Which group was this? Was it the Women Helping Women group in Facebook?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Oh,
was. Yeah,
okay.
it was from that group. I
I
mean, I
saw that. I did. I seen that. And it's so funny you mentioned that because I was like, wait a minute, she talking about that? Because I seen that post that they were looking for someone. And
mhm.
wow, 3 weeks, huh?
Yeah, 3 weeks. And then we
Wow.
had this big goal of hitting bestseller because the first book was a bestseller. So we're crossing our fingers, and we're actually kind of like waiting for our author copies. But it was great to be in a group with being inspired with from the women, other women's experiences. I mean,
Yes.
I always thought that I was kind of like, I always play small, like say I'm not really that good, I'm not really that whatever. But meeting them even only in a webinar or video calls and something like that, I was like, I have a story to share, I have something to share, and I should be proud of it. Like,
Yes.
yeah, this is it.
Yes, I definitely agree with you on that, like playing small, because I've been doing that for a long time, and I'm like, I'm not doing it no more. Not this year. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's so many opportunities out there, and so many people that you can network with, and connections and everything to get to where you want to go.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's there's really no excuse. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I love Facebook. Facebook has a wonderful platform where you can meet people that's in another country that can help you,
Yeah,
market or
exactly.
network your whatever it is you're trying to do, and you connect with them. So I love it. I really do. So I'm like, playing small, nope, not no more.
I know, I know. I'm in that stage too. I've been playing small since 2016, trying to like, who would listen to me? I'm just a Filipina who migrated from the Philippines. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and it was like, and then I woke up one day, I was like, I'm tired of this playing small thing.
Okay. So I love your website. Did you design it yourself?
Yeah, I did. It was actually a DIY website.
So who's the is it through WordPress or is it through Squarespace or Wix?
It's through WordPress.
WordPress. Oh, it's really
Yeah,
nice through WordPress.
thank
WordPress.
you.
It's really nice. I was looking at it, I was like, oh, this is really colorful, and the colors, it just blends so well together.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to add your website in the show notes, so we'll definitely have that linked in the show notes.
Yeah.
So, what are some things you can share that can help someone who is listening that may want to become a virtual assistant, because that's what you do as well, besides the helping with the book, being the
Mm-hmm.
author of that book.
Mm-hmm.
But what are some of the things that you can share for someone who's looking to become a virtual assistant, or someone who's actually wanting to hire a VA for, maybe their book launch, or just
Mm-hmm.
helping with small tasks?
Okay. Yeah. If someone really wants to become a virtual assistant, first, I know that a lot of people wants to become a virtual assistant. The first thing they're gonna do is go to Google,
Yes.
right? You're gonna Google it, how to
I
become a
did.
virtual assistant, and you're gonna end up with loads of results.
Yes.
But I think what worked for me is just to get started. I mean, I am not ashamed that I started in Upwork and I was charging $5 per hour when I was still starting out.
Wow.
And I wasn't, I'm still not ashamed of it because that is where I started and that is how I learned.
Mm-hmm.
And they would always say that charge your worth. But at that time, for me, that was my worth in my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
then I figured something out like, there's something more to this, and I don't want to get stuck.
Yes.
That's where I went to Facebook. I've been on Facebook, but I didn't know that Facebook had all this business groups or virtual assistant groups or
I
entrepreneur.
know. Me neither.
And then I went ahead and I was like, oh my God, look at all these groups. So joined the groups, and that is where I met a lot of VAs that I'm still collaborating up until now. Like, we're kind of like, we have a project, and I outsource some of them to other VAs too. That is where I learned. I learned from other VAs too. I learned from Abby Ashley. I learned
Mm-hmm.
from VA Classroom. I learned from VA Networking Group. I learned from Reese of Virtual. It's another job tribe board, but just start somewhere. And I know it can get overwhelming. I know it can like, oh, I want to offer this. Oh, I want to offer this because the other person is offering this and is charging way over the top, and I want to make money. Of course, we all want to make money. That is why we're doing what we're doing. But you can get a lot of like in the middle of the night, like, how am I going to do this? I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to go. I don't know who to ask. And a lot of times, one thing that's stopping us is ourselves. If we
Yes.
don't know how to ask for help, ourselves telling us we can't do it because you're just a stay-at-home mom, or you can't be a social media manager because you didn't finish a degree, or you're just an immigrant, or you're just like us women of color, like, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
I've been turned down a couple times. I had a lots of no's because I'm a Filipina, and they always say that Filipina, oh, why are you charging this? You're just a Filipina VA. So it kind of like hit me right there. It was like, okay, I got to do something about this.
Yes.
So I went ahead, invested in myself. I bought this course for a year. I was a VA classroom for a year, which I got like $700 to $900 for that year of all the trainings. And yeah, I think for me is one, it is ourselves first. If you are going to kind of like shift that mindset that you can do it, and number two, always ask for help, because there are a lot of people like you,
Mm-hmm.
like me, that you can
Yes.
always message me if you want, or if you have a question, or if you need something. There are a lot of people out there willing to help you. And then, of course, if you have the budget, invest in yourself. I mean,
Yes.
I'm not saying something like buy the 10K group, or
Right.
yeah, slowly invest in yourself. If you're starting to make money as a virtual assistant, slowly, kind of like, I saved up for the courses that I signed up for. Invest in yourself, but don't go overboard, like you're gonna get broke. like
Right.
yeah. And
Yes.
then if you are wanting to kind of like hire a VA for maybe a product launch or a VA for your social media, the first thing that I always want, or that I always ask my clients, are what are the tasks that you are willing to let go? Because as a business owner, like both of us, we have our own businesses, right? There are tasks, there are part of our business that we really can't let go, because it's, business. Some people say their business are their babies. So sometimes you're really hesitant to trust somebody else outside of your house or outside of your circle of friends, or maybe the circle of professional network you have to manage a part of your business. But I think the first thing you're going to do is list down the tasks that you want to outsource to a VA, because a lot of VAs have different specialties, or
Right.
niches. Like someone maybe do it social media, or just social media, just design, just admin, just email marketing. List down those tasks, and then, or list down the tasks that kind of like overwhelming you, giving you the headache, and then narrow it down to the tasks that you are willing to let go. And then the next step would be take your time during your hiring process. Because if you post something online, I'm sure you're going to get bombarded with lots of responses like, I can help you. I'm a VA. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this for 6 years. But sometimes there are red flags that you need to watch out for, because I've had clients, I've worked with clients that, oh, I hired this so and so and she didn't deliver, she didn't this, she didn't do that. Take your time going through all the applications, and of course expectations. Always know what you want, and know what are the expectations that you need your VA to deliver. And always think that your VA is also a business owner, not an employee.
Right.
Yeah, because I have a friend. She's working with this guy, and she's like, I want out. I can't do this anymore. He wants me to work Thanksgiving. He wants me to work this. He wants me to work that. I was like, that's what happens when expectations are not set, boundaries are not set in the first
Right.
place. Yeah.
Right. I completely agree with you. And I agree with you as well when you state sometimes it's hard to let things go because, you're the business owner and you've been doing it for so long by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the same boat that I've been doing it, so long by myself that I'm like, okay, I'll just give them a little bit and then I'll just keep all the
Yeah,
rest. And it's hard to let go. It is so hard, but
it
I'm like,
is.
if I don't let go, my hair is gonna fall out even
Uh-huh.
more than what it is falling out right now.
Or you're gonna get lots of white hairs. I'm getting white hairs.
Yes, yes. And oh my goodness, I don't even want to talk about my gray hair right now. I'm not gonna dye it. I'm not. I'm gonna say I've been through something, so I'm gonna let it grow out. Seriously.
I know. It's hard. I mean, I just walked the talk and hired my first VA 2 months ago, and it
Wow.
was a game changer. At
Yes.
first, I was kind of like giving her, okay, just do the research part. Okay, just do the. I was like, I'm paying her. Why am I making her do this and do that? And why
Yes.
am I holding back? So I was kind of like, she was in the 30-month, not 30-day trial, and
Hmm.
she has been really good.
That's good.
With everything. So I was like, okay, it's time for me to let go of some of these tasks. And it was a game
Yes.
changer,
That's
really.
good.
So if you guys want to hire a VA, I mean, from a VA who has a VA, I mean, you know, the difference that it will make for your business is um, kind of like tremendous. The difference, the positive
Yes.
impact that it can do, saving up time and the headache and all the stress.
Yes. I'm with you on that. So, if you knew then what you know now, what advice would you give yourself 10 years ago?
Ooh. Oh, don't play it small and always ask for help.
That's
Big,
good.
yeah. And always look back, of course, always look back to to the point where people were judging you because you were not that good enough, or maybe people were saying something that made you think you're not good enough. Always look back at that moment and make it like a positive, a motivation for you. Like, I don't want to go back to that point in my life.
Yes.
So one thing you need to do is ask for help, learn, and of course, don't learn all the time. Everything you can learn anytime, but what you've learned, you need to put it into action. You need to implement it so that you'll know which works, you'll know which won't work.
I agree. I
Yeah.
completely agree. So what's next for Lovely?
Oh, that's the exciting part because I'm in the startup stage of writing my own book. So I'm going to self-publish it, of course. But
Yay!
it's going to be a business book. It's going to be about social media branding for small business owners. So
That's
it's,
awesome.
yeah, I'm really excited about it. Me and my VA have been working with it for like 2 weeks now. I know it's not going to be that fast and it's not going to be that easy, but that's my big goal for the first, maybe early 2020, first 6 months of 2020. I want to get it out there. So that's the exciting part.
That's awesome. Well, hey, if you need any publishing tips, I'm your girl. I've
I know. I looked at your website. I was like, OMG, this is
yes.
kind of like, the universe telling me go for it because
Go for it.
you got Candace now.
Yes, and you know what? A lot of people don't realize that it is so easy to do. Like
Hmm.
I went through the whole Google phase and trying to find what to do and putting it all together. But once I figured it out, and now that I look back on it, I'm like, Candace, you went through all of that for nothing. Because when I do it for my clients now, the process is so easy. And I'm like, I really need to get something like a course or something up and running because people don't realize you
I
can
know.
actually publish both platforms on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles within
Mhm.
one day.
I know. Because I did it, not a book, it's a planner and a journal, of course. I
Mm-hmm.
started with it and it was like, boom, within a week, I had a journal and a planner published. It was like, okay,
See,
this is not that complicated.
it's not. It's really not.
But I'm still new to the like say business book or something like that. I'm more into the low content, which is kind of like planners and journals and stuff like that. So I will definitely give you a yell one of
Yes.
these days.
So, tell everyone about your promotion that you're offering to our listeners. I know you have one.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know which one I should offer though, because we just launched the book. So now I kind of like, I'm waiting for my author copies. I will have 10. And if any of you guys want to have a free copy, you can always reach me through my Facebook page. Can I share my Facebook
Oh, go
page?
ahead.
Yeah, my Facebook page is Lovely Abbott Virtual Solutions. And I'm also in Instagram, instagram.com at Lovely Abbott. You can also email me if you want a copy of the One Habit book, asklovely at lovelyabbott.com. So right now, that is what I'm focusing the book promotion. Looking for 10. So, oh no, 9, because I will leave a copy for myself. But I'm looking for 9 people who wants to get a free copy of the book. I will ship it to you for free, of course. And yeah, we would love this book to be in the hands of as many women as possible. So we have 10 copies for each of the contributors, and we just make a difference in their everyday lives. I mean, if you are starting to create a habit and go for it and do it every day, like stick to that habit. Our habits are just super simple, like we do every day. But the one big thing about habits are if you do it consistently, it will it will have a big impact in your daily life, in your business. And if you have a big habit that you really want to get rid of, and unknowingly that habit, you're just not paying attention to it, but that negative habit that you have
Yes.
is kind of like stopping you. with your maybe entrepreneurial journey or whatever personal development that you're going through. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want a free copy, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to have this book in as many women as possible.
Definitely. And I'm waiting. I want definitely want to get my copy. So I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be in
yeah,
front line.
yeah. Of course. That would be amazing.
I love to get books and then say, yeah, I know that person that wrote it.
Oh,
I
hey, where'd you
love
get
that.
your own book? And I'll be definitely be running and buying your book. I know, because there's nobody is going to support it. We women should stand together and
Yes,
support each other.
I agree completely. I agree. So, any last minute advice you would like to tell our listeners, or any last minute advice you have out there for anyone who's, you know, wanting to start writing a book, a
Hmm.
journal, or VA, or anything?
Oh, that is pretty difficult. I think the best advice that I could give is, this is what worked for me, and what is working for me right now may not work for other people. But I think it is pretty kind of like universal. Like, just, I know sometimes you doubt yourself that you can't do it. And believe me, if you are in this business during the first few years or maybe first few months, you are not going to make money. And that's the reality, because
Yes,
you're just
it's
starting out.
true.
And when you hit that certain point in your journey of building and growing your business, at one point you will say, no, I can't do this. I mean, it's not working. I'm not making enough money. I was expecting this, but I'm only making this. But as long as you're making small steps or getting to small milestone in your life or in your business, one day at a time, just one day at a time. Because I'm telling you, all these experts, right, in the digital world, they started as a beginner, like us, like you, like me. And it wasn't like an overnight thing.
Right.
They worked hard for it. So when you
Yes.
reach that point in your journey that you kind of like starting to doubt if you're going to get through, if you're going to push through or not, or if you're going to succeed or not, then that is, for me, is a turning point for you to revisit everything that what have you been doing this past few months that's making it not work for you.
Right.
So it's time to re-strategize, maybe revisit your goals, or what are you doing online? Are you networking? Are you reaching out to people or not? Because if you're just sitting and scrolling through Facebook, of course, nothing's going to happen, right?
Right.
You need to sometimes open your mouth and maybe just type a little introduction to a group in Facebook, and it all starts from there. At
Yes.
least you're doing something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I can attest to that, definitely.
Yeah, I started just scrolling through. I was like, okay, maybe I can learn just scrolling through Facebook. But it didn't get me anywhere for like a year. I was like, okay, I should stop this one.
But then when you make that first step and then you do it, you just put yourself out there, it
Hmm.
helps so much. And then you're like, okay, I made a step. Now I want to make, another step. The next thing you
Exactly.
know, you're walking, you
I
know?
know. I mean, I just started like my Instagram page. I started 2019, and my goal was to hit 500 followers by the end of 2019. I'm like almost 700 now. So if I
Wow.
didn't sign up for Instagram, because I was not in on Instagram not until 2019, I was like, it changed everything, because the Instagram is a visual social media platform, and it really changed my business. I met a lot of people that's now want to hire me. I've collaborated
That's
with other
awesome.
VAs. I've collaborated with other graphic designers, and yeah, I mean, just start somewhere and do it consistently.
That's awesome. I'm going to have you come back on here and
Oh.
definitely teach how to get Instagram followers. Because right now, I
Oh
think
my
I have
God.
like 46 or 47 followers. Instagram is just, it's not for, it is for me, but it's just not a platform that I haven't really focused my attention on. I'm a huge
Mm,
Facebook girl.
mm.
I love Facebook. Ever since their ads and everything came out, I was like on it all the time. So Facebook has been like the level up of my life. But
Mm-hmm.
but Instagram, I'm like, okay, I gotta figure this out. I know it's hashtags. I know I need to
Yeah,
like tag
and
someone.
it's more time consuming compared to
Yes,
Facebook. Yeah, it's more
it
time
is.
consuming. But when you reach the point that you're talking to the right people already, like it may not be ideal clients, it may be people in the same industry doing the same thing as you're doing, but you will never know in the middle of everything, like, hey, can you help me out with this? How much you're gonna charge? That right there is business already. I
Yes.
mean, they may not be your client or your ideal client, but being in a platform, connecting with other people in the same industry, in growing your network can really make a difference.
Yes, it can. I agree completely. Okay, before we wrap up, where I know you mentioned the links
Mhm.
earlier, but one more time, where can everyone find you? And I'll definitely include it in the show notes as well.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you all can find me in my Facebook page, Lovely Abbott. That's Abbott. Lovely Abbott Virtual Solutions on Facebook. On Instagram, Instagram.com/lovely_abbott. I also have a website, www.lovelyabbott.com. And you can also email me at lovely at lovelyAbbott.com for, just maybe say hi or say hello. I've listened to your episode. If you have a minute to talk or whatever, I'm always, open to a virtual coffee chat for you guys.
Definitely. That sounds fun.
Yeah, and you guys want a free copy of my book, of our book, just reach out. I know Candice is getting one.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, you get it. Send me your address.
Thank you so much for being on today. And I look forward to working with you in the future. And I'm definitely going to have you come back on. We got to get this Instagram thing going for me, for everybody. So I would definitely
Yeah.
like to have you on to do, a nice tutorial or just something quick, like tips or something
Yeah.
to help others. So that would be
Yeah.
awesome. So thank you again
Awesome.
for being on today.
Awesome. It was such a pleasure to be on in your, podcast, and it was my first time and I really enjoyed it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be doing this more.
Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember to go to hellocsdorsey.com and sign up to receive the latest episodes, writing tips, and more. Until next time, keep on writing. Take care.